New tonight, tarnished trust over suspicions of abuse against a victim who can't speak. She's only a year old.
Well, it certainly is a nightmare scenario for working parents who trust their children with daycare facilities. And 13 Chief Investigator Darcy Spears found that it's not the first time that this daycare has been in trouble with the state.
Red?
The time is fleeting.
Where's Janelle's nose? Right there.
The moments precious.
Butterfly. Bye-bye. Yeah.
And the letting go necessary.
I'm a working mom. I have to work to take care of my family. I have to trust people with my child.
When pharmacy technician Ashley Causey had to put her baby daughter in daycare, she chose KinderCare on Torrey Pines and Flamingo. Janelle's tears turned to smiles as she adjusted to her new surroundings. Then
this incident happened and it just made me question everything. And this is a mother's worst nightmare, a working mother's worst nightmare.
On August 13th, according to this report later filed with police, an administrator told Ashley Janelle was mishandled by a teacher while trying to put her down for a nap.
When I pick her up on her, like she's wincing in pain.
It was only after Ashley got home that she learned just how bad it was.
Under her ribs, wrapping her ribs, she has whole human hand marks, bruising on her back. You can see each finger and hand on her back, and she has bruising on her head. I lost it.
Ashley brought her daughter here to ER at the Lakes. Emergency room records show Janelle was diagnosed with a chest wall contusion, meaning the muscles between her ribs were bruised. Hospital records describe that as a painful condition because every breath moves the injured area. During the doctor's exam,
she screamed. I've never heard her scream that way.
KinderCare wouldn't tell Ashley who hurt Janelle. State child care licensing records name this woman, Karla Garcia, seen here in her Facebook profile. KinderCare did self-report the incident to the state and also did their own internal investigation. Records show Garcia was seen abruptly forcing two children to lay down while yelling.
Slammed down on face down, and there was witness that she was hitting them on their backs.
The teacher who reported Garcia to the center director wrote, "As I was watching, Karla slammed the babies down onto their cots and pushed their bottoms down very aggressively and with lots of anger. The kids were crying." She added, "This is getting out of hand and I'm starting to feel very uncomfortable," indicating it wasn't an isolated incident.
You have a 1-year-old baby who can't talk, who can't defend themselves.
6 teachers independently interviewed in the internal investigation said they'd seen Karla Garcia constantly yelling inappropriately at the children and handling the babies heavily, roughly, and aggressively, not providing explanation for incidents with the children. And one wrote, "In her current mental state, I do not think she should work with children." Yet none of them reported any of that to the center directors until Janelle and the other baby were injured.
A lot of these teachers.
Denise Tanada of the nonprofit Children's Advocacy Alliance.
It seems like this teacher may have been a ticking time bomb and a lot of people knew it.
And I think it's important that, obviously someone in the child care center finally spoke up. Another teacher saw enough that raised red flags.
Garcia herself claims she raised a red flag in this statement she wrote during the internal investigation. At the time, she alone was responsible for 9 children under the age of 2, a violation of state ratio requirements. Garcia wrote, "I have said more than once to more than one person in management that room is too much for me, a person of my age." But she didn't believe she did anything wrong with Janelle or the other baby, saying she was just being firm. Garcia did not respond to our attempts to reach her.
It's a red flag, not only for this center, but I think for other child care centers to look at. Do their staff have the supports that they need? Are they in the right place? Do they need to make some adjustments so that these teachers aren't getting stressed out to the point where they're acting out on the kids?
KinderCare fired Karla Garcia. Metro investigated her, and the case is now in the district attorney's hands. She has not been criminally charged. The state cited the center for inappropriate discipline and recommended KinderCare staff get more training in recognizing and reporting child abuse and neglect. But this is not the first time the center's been cited. Records from 2017, 18, and 19 document failures in teacher training, proper staffing, supervision, support, and safety. So how do parents protect their children, and what do you look for in a daycare?
Looking at the state website for licensing.
There you can find inspection reports, complaints, and supporting documents for incidents like Janelle's. And when talking to center directors, ask questions.
Do they have an open door policy? So can parents come into the facility at any time and go see their kids? Some centers now also have cameras on site where you can log in remotely and watch your kids.
KinderCare says due to privacy reasons, their centers do not have cameras. It would only provide a written statement for this story, which says in part, the teacher involved in this incident no longer works at KinderCare. The company emphasizes how it worked closely with state licensing and other agencies throughout the investigation.
1, 2.
As for Janelle, she's back in daycare at a new school.
So it's been a rough transition for her. She's not the same.
And Mom Ashley continues to fight for accountability.
There has to be justice for the situation, not only for my baby, but for other babies.
Another resource for parents, the Silver State Stars rating system. We've got a link to that and lots more information about early education and childcare on our website, ktnv.com. Darcy Spears, 13 Investigates.